Hey guys, hopefully you guys are all keeping well today. I'm currently in Marrakesh. That's where I'm coming to you from. So, hence the get up. I'm currently on vacation with my friends, but it looks like when I was discussing this mounting pressure on King Charles, well, it looks like people are coming out to expose him. And they're coming out quite fast. Hey guys, it's Rob and Rolly. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back at again with another video. If you have not subscribed, click that button, guys. It is daily and consistent content from everywhere in the world. 24/7 content. No matter where I am, please subscribe, send a super thanks, and let's get into this video. Multiple Kenyan-based journalists have now raised concerns about racial undertones during the royal family visit. Those who I have spoken to say they were mistreated and felt degraded in their own country, a sovereign country, so to say. I will headline it as segregated press buses. From this thread, stale sandwiches and used toothpicks behind the scenes of a well-choreographed but tone-deaf royal visit to Kenya. Journalists have complained of being segregated from their British counterparts during pool transportation and not receiving proper meals despite Kenyan taxpayers partly funding this high-level visit. Organisers, UK and Kenya, allegedly separated local journos from Kenya and the UK, drawing criticism and claims of racial discrimination. The controversy began when 3 separate buses were designated for journalists, 2 for the royal editors, correspondents and photographers from the UK, and another one for the Kenyan-based colleagues. I was amongst the accredited to cover the visit. The buses were labelled UK media and local media. This raised eyebrows as it appeared to segregate journalists based on their nationality and colour. Colleagues have expressed displeasure about unequal treatment. Colleagues in Nairobi woke up early in the morning and met at Radisson Blue uphill for 2 days. Tuesday and Wednesday, they were arranged under Route 1 and 2. No breakfast, water and lunch for Kenyan-based journalists. Wow. The Britons received preferential treatment during mealtime, despite the Kenyan and UK state teams agreeing on distribution of food equally. The issue is not about food or water, but contempt. In one incident, some Kenyan-based journalists were not provided lunch, only to be offered a few leftover food boxes later. Ridiculous. Upon opening, they discovered stale sandwiches, unwrapped cupcake papers, and used toothpicks. This was absolutely disgusting. The situation escalated almost a week before the royal visit when senior officials from UK and Kenya created a WhatsApp group for Kenyan-based media. The platform was intended to gather all accredited colleagues to cover the royal tour. However, admins of the group initially enforced restrictions. Only admins can send messages, which prevented journalists from engaging in any discussion. This restriction raised concerns about media freedom, and it prompted me to challenge the head of communications at UK and Kenya whether the restrictions amounted to a gag order. 2 or 3 hours later, the settings were changed. Someone tried to choke us. It should never have happened. Hours before Charles arrived, State House Kenya, an incident involving a senior Kenyan diplomatic figure and a UK and Kenya diplomatic hinted at behind-the-scenes friction. The UK diplo was allegedly involved in a confrontation with a Kenyan envoy over press photographers. Witnesses claimed that the UK and Kenya diplomat engaged in a physical altercation with the Kenyan envoy who played part in making this visit a success, seemingly over his placement, which she believed was obstructing coverage of the royal visit. The envoy is a known media figure. I'm absolutely speechless, guys. I'm saying this because without his input and back-channel diplo, this visit would not have happened. Whilst details surrounding the confrontation remain somewhat unclear, this incident that disgusted many journalists and Kenyan state officials suggests that there may have been tensions or disagreements beneath the surface of this royal visit to Kenya. One diplomat, I have engaged the Kenyan diplomat on the confrontation. He told me, I think she was just trying to get in line of sight for press photographers. A very diplomatic reply. Another unusual incident unfolded at the Nairobi Carriers Corps cemetery involving the UK and Kenya diplomat and a group of 3 individuals, 2 officers linked to Defence Press Unit and a civilian journalist. According to multiple sources, the foreign diplomat confronted the trio at the cemetery, insisting that they relocate to predetermined fixed positions. One such instance during the royal visit to Nairobi National Park when a red carpet was unrolled for the royal family, ostensibly to keep them from stepping directly onto the soil. However, this decision received widespread attention and not all of it was positive. Now, are we surprised, guys? The integrity is it's just shocking. There's no words here. The fact that we go to other countries and treat them like absolute crap, feed them scraps and foods, absolute beef with journalists and priorities and segregate them in regards to race and color. This shocking allegations that have come out from, King Charles's royal tour visit clearly needs to be done on his ground, again, not on his land. The audacity is absolutely insane, and I can't even believe some of the words I'm even reading when it comes to this shocking story of how Kenyan journalists were treated in such a disgusting way in regards to as opposed to the UK journalists who received all this priority in the land of Kenya. It's not your land. It's not your land, beloved Charles. It's not your place. Go back home. It's not your land. So I find it to be absolutely disgusting that they were treated like dogs and animals in comparison to the UK journalists, and were suppressed, not allowed to speak up, limited with their freedom of speech and everything. Red carpet for them so they don't touch the soil. Like, who do they think they are? We're all the same. We're all human beings. So this is a shocking thread that has come out, basically outlining, literally it dropped 3 hours ago, guys, and I just don't really have any words when it comes to this. It's gained nearly 100,000 views in traction and climbing quite fast, that things just did not go well just when you think this mess. And notice that the papers are discussing this King Charles Kenyan tour as a success. Far from a success, guys. It's been an absolute shit show. Let me know your thoughts are when it comes to this video. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Click that button for daily and consistent content, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.